We have video. This is not a professional. When the professionals show up, they are prepared. And this is not a professional. And I'm sorry to all my conspiracy theorists out there, the people you've been mentioning in my comments and the people that you have been mentioning in my lives. When they send someone in to do something, they send the professionals, and this is not a professional. When he first walks up on that porch with those gloved hands, he goes and tries to cover up the camera. When he can't do it, he goes right out here and he picks up some type of vegetation and tries to cover the camera. The professionals would already be prepared. That camera would have been the first thing. They would have already brought something to cover that camera up or to cut that camera.
Somebody knows this guy. Look at that backpack, the ski mask, the eyes, the sculpted eyebrows. Only light color eyes glow in the dark like that. That would be my guess. Skinny jeans, tight leg pants, the shoes, the way he walks. There's more than enough information in here. This guy is bumbling around. This is not a professional. This is an opportunist. Come on, internet. We know who this guy is.
The FBI released surveillance photos showing a masked and armed person at the residence of Nancy Guthrie, the 84-year-old mother of Savannah. FBI and Pima County Sheriff's Department confirmed that the footage was recovered from the residual back-end data after recording devices were removed. The images show an armed individual appearing to have tampered with a camera at Nancy Guthrie's front door the morning of her disappearance. The PCSD wrote in a statement shared to the public. Now, investigations that will enable identifying and locating the suspect involved in the abduction of Nancy Guthrie are ongoing. The FBI and PCSD team leading the investigation request the public to support in identifying the individual that can be seen fully covered from head to toe in the discovered footage. The footage is shaking up the internet and everyone is getting concerned, and the internet doubt if Nancy is still alive since the abductor came through while armed. Most people on the internet also believe that whosoever is involved in this action must be an insider, someone within the family, because the person came straight to the door while looking down, meaning he or she knew that the home had a ring camera around the front door. The person also picked flowers within the compound to cover the camera and avoid clear image coverage. Someone said, "Sadly, it's doubtful she's alive. I think it was an inside family job for the dollar. It's all been smoke and mirror. Very sad. Whoever it is, he knows them because he's moving way too slow and too comfortable."
I am having a really hard time believing that this is the sophisticated kidnapper ransomer. The FBI has released this footage of the suspect in the Nancy Guthrie case. She is the 84-year-old woman who was kidnapped out of Tucson, Arizona. You really can't see much. They have a mask on. I personally believe it's a man. If you zoom in, it looks like they have a beard, but this is the part that gets me. They come right up to the doorbell. They're looking around. They go and pick something up, and they try to block themselves with these leaves. So far, the FBI has not been able to track this person down, even though they have sent emails, they have a Bitcoin address, and the FBI cannot figure out who they are. And it took them that long to figure out how to remove the doorbell, and they try to cover themselves with leaves. It does not make sense to me. Nancy was last seen alive on January 31st. She took an Uber to her daughter's home, her daughter Annie, and they had dinner and they played games, and then a family member drove her home. The police found out that her garage door opened at 9:48 p.m. and it shut 2 minutes later. So she went inside her home through her garage and not her front door. At 1:47 a.m., her doorbell disconnects. 2:12 a.m., one of her cameras detected a person. However, the police said she didn't pay for a subscription, and so they can't access that footage, which they said the same thing about this footage, which we now have.
Okay, hear me out. You see he's coming up to the front and he's not expecting the ring camera, puts his hand there, which means He doesn't have anything in his bag that he could smash that thing with. He don't have nothing in his pockets. See, he's not prepared to get physical with someone, even if it's 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie. My theory is the reason why he's carrying that big, bulky bag, obviously he's not going there to rob anybody, or he would have an empty bag. Maybe he's going to clean up after something already happened. What do you guys think?
The 2026 disappearance of Nancy Guthrie, the 84-year-old mother of Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie, is drawing comparisons to the 2002 disappearance of Laci Peterson due to several factors, including the high-profile nature of the victim, evidence of violence in the home, and the swift move to treating the case as a potential abduction. Laci Peterson was a 27-year-old pregnant woman from Modesto, California, who disappeared on Christmas Eve in 2002, becoming the subject of a massive national headline case. Her body and that of her unborn son Connor were found in San Francisco Bay in April 2003, leading to her husband Scott Peterson being convicted of their murders in 2004. Similar to how investigators focused on Laci Peterson's home, authorities in Arizona quickly declared Nancy Guthrie's home a crime scene. DNA tests confirmed that blood found on Guthrie's front porch was a match to her. Both women were determined by police to have not left voluntarily. In both cases, personal belongings were left behind, and in the Guthrie case, a doorbell camera was disconnected, similar to evidence of tampering or a struggle in cases of abduction. In the Laci Peterson case, suspicion immediately fell on her husband, Scott Peterson, who was later convicted. As of early February 2026, ransom deadline came and went, and nothing happened. Everyone is praying for Nancy Guthrie's well-being, and hopefully she returns home safe. The footage of the unknown individual involved in the abduction of the 84-year-old was discovered a bit late, but it can support in identifying the individual. Somebody out there may recognize the eyebrows, the backpack, or identify him by height. Savannah Guthrie spoke earlier before the discovery of the footage, and she believes that their mom is still out there, and requests the public to support investigators in case they encounter anything strange. This has been an update on Nancy Guthrie, and more is yet to come. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for more.
We believe our mom is still out there. We need your help. Law enforcement is working tirelessly around the clock trying to bring her home, trying to find her. She was taken and we don't know where. And we need your help. So I'm coming on just to ask you, not just for your prayers, but no matter where you are, even if you're far from Tucson, if you see anything, you hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement. We are at an hour of desperation, and we need your help.